Here we have a 2018 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport. Has a 3.6 liter V6 engine, 6-speed manual transmission with 4-wheel drive, and this Jeep only has 25,000 kilometers on the odometer. For the interior, we have your power locks and windows found around the driver's door handle. We have some storage at the very bottom with this net along the bottom of the door panel. You will find the speaker underneath the dash right below the steering column. And then we also have your headlights here, automatic headlights of course, with your gauge cluster illumination dials beside that. We do have an aftermarket leather interior in here. You can see we do have the cat skin little flag there. And then we do have lumbar support for the driver's seat using the dial there. Push button start found right beside the steering wheel. Starts up nice and easy. And you can see we do have a combination of analog and digital displays for the gauge cluster. At the very bottom, you'll see we have 25,061 kilometers on the odometer at the moment. On the back of the steering wheel, you will find controls for the audio, and that'll be on both sides. We also have a directional pad and Bluetooth on this side. So directional pad is to configure what you want displayed in the gauge cluster here. So various different vehicle informations, all that fun stuff. Then you have some off-roading information as well, so showing your drivetrain and steering angles. On the other side, we do have your cruise control. When the vehicle's in reverse, you'll find your backup camera here with guidance lines in addition to a center line there. For the stereo itself, you do get AM, FM, and XM radio. You have USB, USB Type-C and auxiliary ports, Bluetooth connectivity, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. And this is the newer Jeep system, so it is completely touchscreen, very intuitive to use. You can have your normal controls or your heated seat and your steering wheel controls here, and you can show up the backup camera even when you're not in reverse if you'd prefer. Under settings here, various different configurations as well, and I'll get back to a couple of those in a second. So while that, we do have some analog controls for the stereo. We also have the climate control right in the middle with your heated seats and steering wheel. You also have dual zone climate control with ice cold air conditioning, of course. Then we have an instant mute button, automatic start stop, traction control, and then a screen off button below there. We have a cigarette lighter style 12-volt outlet. Your power window controls are found in the very center. And then we have the controls for your We have your input for your USB, USB Type-C, and auxiliary ports that are behind the media flap there. Below that, you will find that we do have 4 auxiliary switches there. This is so you can wire up additional things to the Jeep if you want. So you can see they toggle on as such. A really cool thing about this Jeep is it actually has in the settings here for your auxiliary switches, you can configure each one individually. So you can go for types, so latching or momentary. For your power source, so instead of having to wire up something to your ignition or straight to your battery, you can have it toggle between the two, which is super handy in case you want to have something always accessible through the button. Even when the Jeep's not on, you can have that straight to the battery, where if it's something else a little less important, say lights or something like that, you can have that only on when the ignition's on, which is super nice to have. We also have your 6-speed manual transmission, so 1 through 6, and your reverse lockout is pulling up at the bottom, past first gear, and then up. Then you'll see the backup camera show up there. And then it has a nice lockout there. Then we have your 2-wheel to 4-wheel drive selector here, handbrake in the middle, 2 cup holders as well, and then you do have a 2-tiered storage system in your center console. And the lower one down here, you do have an additional USB port there and some ports for some cords. Up top, we do have a 3-car garage door opener, and then along the roof, you will find all the latches to take off the hardtop if you would like. The Wrangler is equipped with 18-inch aftermarket fuel brand wheels wrapped in Falcon tires. We do have a nice white color for the exterior paint with plenty of black accenting throughout. Up front, we do have an aftermarket grille in addition to aftermarket LED headlights. We also have some tow loop or tow hook points in the front bumper, and then fog lights on either side. We also have the latches for the hood on either side here, in addition to some more latch or tie down points in the middle of the hood as well. We also have aftermarket running boards going along the bottom there. They are Rough Country brand. And we also have tinted windows front and rear. Also your badging for trail rated 4x4 and Jeep just below that. 4-wheel disc brakes. You can also see the Bilstein shocks in the back there. Your spare tire is mounted off the back door, and you can see it is a full-size spare, matching wheel and tire combo, so even if you do get a flat, everything will look the same, which is nice. We also have an aftermarket metal rear bumper, nice and solid there. LED pod lights in each corner, little loops on either side, and then it's, I believe, an LOD badge there. And you also have your trailer hitch receiver in the very back as well. So what we'll do is we'll make sure the vehicle is unlocked by taking the key. First, you pull the handle here, opens out sideways. You can see your spare tire could be in the way of something, so we do have your backup camera actually coming out the middle there, and then your third brake light is just above it as well. We also have your rear wiper mounted to the glass, and that just folds up as such on shocks, nice and handy. And in the back, you do get a ton of storage back here. You can see the supporting beams all along the back, so if you do end up taking the top off, you're still nice and safe with those protecting you, of course. We also have the Alpine sound system in this vehicle, so we have a nice Alpine sub there. Underneath the false floor, or I guess above it, we do have your WeatherTech floor mats, and then we have a nice little storage compartment back here as well. And underneath the WeatherTech floor mat, we do have some tie-down loops surrounded by carpeting as well, and then a 12-volt cigarette lighter cell outlet on this side there. You are able to fold down the rear seats. They do come down in a 60-40 split. You can see we do have child seat anchors along the entire back seat of the vehicle. And then when you're done, you can just reverse the order, so you pull down the glass, close the sliding door, sliding door, pivoting door, make sure that goes nice and solid, and then you are all good to go. For the rear interior, we have another storage net at the very bottom of the door panel on each side. We have the same nice aftermarket black leather material for the rear seats to match the front. Also have storage pockets on the back of both the front seats. Power window switches for the rear passengers in the middle, 2 cup holders just below that as well. Up above, you will find that we do have these rollover bars as well. In addition, there are some lights as well as speakers mounted to those. So if you have the entire top off, you aren't giving up any sort of comfort or audio quality by any means. And then in the seats, you'll find your child seat anchors in the fold all along the bottom, which are super easy to find. And that was the 2018 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport. If you're interested in this 4x4 manual transmission, low kilometer Jeep, you can go to parkmazda.ca to fill out the form to book your test drive. In doing so, we can get you a $25 Visa gift card for coming down. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you soon.